perception is amazing. Perception is very amazing. First of all, I want to remind us of self-love, self-worth, and self-care. It's important. It's very important at this time to stay aware, to pour love into yourself. It's a lot going on energetically. It's a lot going on vibrationally. It's a lot going on in frequency. It's a good time to pour love into yourself. Venus is in retrograde. Yeah, it's true. I come from toxic and karmic family background too, like most of us do. And furthermore, it's not a family on the planet that don't come from a karmic and toxic background at some point. But why do I point that out? Is because it's one thing to acknowledge it. It's another thing to accept it. But it's a great thing to do something about it. And I did. I just didn't stay aware of it. I chose to do something about it. So I didn't remain in those cycles. And so can you. And it's such an honor to be here. And it's such an honor to be able to talk about the uncomfortable things, the things that once kept me even bound. And it's such an honor to be able to smile when I do, because it no longer holds me in captive. I'm free. So, and it took a lot of shadow work, a whole lot. It took a whole lot of shadow work. But before I go into that, I want to ask y'all a few things. Because to get to that place that I'm speaking of, what I'm about to suggest may be of help to get you there. So, if you was to write a letter to yourself, to your younger self, to your childhood self, what would you say? And if you spent the day with your younger self, your inner child, what would y'all do? Where would you visit? Where would y'all revisit? Where would y'all go? If you spent the day with your younger self, what would you tell yourself back then based on what you know right now, today, in this moment? What would you tell yourself if you had a chance to write a letter to your younger self? If you had a chance to revisit your younger self, what would you tell yourself based on what you know now? Now that you know what you know, what would you tell yourself? See, these are the things I think about. These are the things that I have thought about over time, over years, over different experiences, during different challenges, and especially right now today. See, the way I see it, or let me rephrase that, the way I see the world, or the way I saw the world as a child and through the eyes of the child, it's not quite the same through the eyes of an adult. And most of us will resonate with that unless it's a case of retardation that occurred somewhere. But for the most part, few hold on to and become. And I want to say, for the most part, few hold on to and become who they was going to be, regardless of what they had to go through, who we had to go through, how we had to get there, and where it was going to take us, no matter who was involved. others became who they were, or others became who they are because of those same things. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But I'm delineating, I'm defining a real big difference in something that seems like it's not there at all. See, we those people that I'm talking to. Not those who we became an example from. Not those we learned the lesson because of. We those people that I'm talking to. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. Good, bad, or indifference. See, it's been some good, bad, and indifferent examples in my life, just like it's been in yours. But I want to point out the great examples. The great examples left the biggest impressions, good, bad, and indifferent. And hopefully, by my example, there will be great examples after me. Why do I stress that? See, because I hope the people that I have helped, that I am helping or seeing, help others also. I hope the people that I help become a greater vessel, vehicle than I am during my time that I'm in right now. That's important to me. See, because the ancestors waited a long time knowing that someday, at some point, somebody gotta come along. They knew at somewhere, some point, somebody was gonna come along so they could pass the baton to. And I'm proud to say that somebody was me. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be doing this work. Not just for myself, but for those that I come from. I'm glad they passed the torch to me, because if not me, who? Y'all, if those of y'all who hold this torch that I'm talking about, the spiritual ancestral torch, go through your family and be honest with yourself. If you the torch bearer, if not you, who? If you been the one who tried to wake your family up, those around you, your friends up, your associates up, what have you, you the torch bearer. So if it hasn't came to you from an external force, I hope that I'm talking to somebody that you have been the torch bringer, and if not you, who? Because if not me, it ain't nobody that I could go to to get what I share with y'all. Not nobody. Point blank, not nobody. So hopefully, through the bloodline, somebody will come along that I can get a torch to before my transition date. It's very important to me. If it don't fit, don't force it. And don't be one of those that coming over here trying to change my narrative, because it say what it mean, and I mean what I say. See, sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to get your stuff. I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff just to get to your stuff. I've been through my stuff, and I may still have some stuff to go through, but it's nothing like the stuff that I've been through to help me make it here. But the stuff I made it through gave me what I needed to be here. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. So I hope I encourage somebody today. You hear me? See, I don't know who may need to hear this. I don't know who may need to hear something I say. I don't know who need to feel something I'm vibrating. you know. But when you come across it, you'll know that if it's for you. Ain't nothing, ain't nothing like being connected to everything, yet nothing at all. It takes much self-alchemy, aka self-work, shadow work, whatever you may know it as. But whatever you know it as, do it. That's what it's going to take to be better and not bitter, and to continually get better and not bitter. It's going to take a lot of self-alchemy, shadow work, self-work, healing. For some of us, and mainly for myself, but for some of us, to do what we came here to do, we had to become something brand new. Not that we became anything different than what we already were. It's just that until people could catch up with what it really was, it just added on to the experiences that we had to accumulate just to test us to see if we was gonna hold on to what we always knew it was. It's levels and it's layers, just like your skin. And then there's more levels. So even if I wanted to, I can't stop. Spiritually speaking, even if I wanted to, and when I say spiritually speaking, that's my everything. Everything else fall up under spiritual, because I see everything spiritual. But I can't turn back if I wanted to. And when you made good change after going through a lot of bad shit, why would you want to turn back anyway? Who left that you could relate to if you did turn back? When relating to you, what God gave you to make you who you are was what caused problems, what was caused issues that they couldn't relate to in the first place. So who left that can relate to you if you turn back now after you done did all this growth? They couldn't get it in the first place. I do a lot of shadow work. That's how I did it. So whoever I'm talking to today, hug yourself. We still on that. We do practice pouring love into ourselves. Before I go, I just want to say stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the likes, unlikes, shares. You know, I appreciate those who share the message. Thanks for those who make shirt purchases with me, jewelry purchases, Sage, Palo Santos, whatever. Thank y'all for being y'all and allowing me to come through. Spin the block for a moment and be me. One, my name is Thru.